guys, Jeff and I decided to do a special battle for our 50th subscriber, and so basically, we each used Pokemon from the first 50 Pokemon. So, okay, so I failed in this battle, like, I just played terrible, but okay. So I start out with Gangster the Butterfree, and he starts out with his annoying Facade, Clefable, so I can't put him to sleep, which pretty much kills my lead. Okay, so I U-turn out to my Nidoqueen, which is my defensive Pokemon. I mean, I didn't really have very much defense on this team, but he was the best I had. So, okay, yeah, so he predicts whatever and goes to Pidgeot, and I lower his attack using Charm, harshly lowering it, I guess, but okay. And, I didn't want him to hit me with a HP ground, so I switch out back to Butterfree, so I can hopefully get, a status on him. So this thing's pretty quick, so I decided to Stun Spore, bring his HP down. Thankfully, his Air Slash didn't kill me, even though it was super effective. So then I switch out with my Gangsta once again. So I go to my Clefable, and he Air Slashes, and so yeah, this was a special Clefable, and I predicted the switch. And he goes back out to Clefable, and I'm able to set up a Calm Mind. And unfortunately, his Clefable's faster, so I can't kill it, but, yeah. So I go for the T-Bolt after he Facades, which does a lot of damage. And since he has a ton of EVs in HP as well, it does about the same Facade does to him. So he goes for another Facade, and I go back to Nidoqueen. And so here he switches out, predicting another Charm, and goes to Blastoise. And I was just kind of, roaring for the heck of it. Hopefully get a switch in on something that I could set up on or something. But unfortunately, it came out on probably the worst possible thing it could in this Venusaur. But fortunately, his first Sleep Powder misses. But then he gets me to sleep while I set up Stealth Rocks, and this is really bad for me. So, I have to switch out, and I go back to Gangsta in case he goes for the Earthquake, So I keep on doing that. But, okay, so he sets up a Swords Dance, which is really bad for my team, because he can pretty much sweep now. So I go to my Sandslash, which is Scarfed, and unfortunately I kind of have to waste it on getting his Venusaur's HP down low enough so I can take it out with something else. So that was really bad because I basically just lost my speed guy, and it cost me later. Okay, so I go to my second fastest guy, and Pikachu, and he's all like waving at me because he's a beast. So okay, so I go for a Volt Tackle, which I probably should have, in retrospect, I probably should have gone for Body Slam because it had almost exactly the same amount of power, and I wouldn't have had the recoil, but whatever. So he goes into his Nidoking, and then I go for the Body Slam. And it does a decent amount of damage to him, and I get the Paralyze. So that's really good. But unfortunately, because of that Volt Tackle, I didn't have enough HP to take the Ice Beam. I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have been able to take it anyway, but, whatever. So here I bring in my awesome substitute Blastoise, and I get a sub on the Parahax, and I would have just kept subbing until he had been paralyzed, but yeah. So I get it pretty early. And then he goes back to Togekiss, and here's where I make my huge mistake. I got really greedy and just wanted to Focus Punch this thing just to show that my Blastoise had Focus Punch, because that's, like, awesome and stuff. But what I should have done was, Waterfall, because he had a Salic Berry, so what I should have been doing was just getting his HP down low enough so I could have gotten the Salic Berry boost. But unfortunately I didn't, and it really cost me here, because it cost me my Blastoise to his Raichu, and this thing was just able to sweep the rest of my team. Clefable was pretty useless by now with his low HP, and by this time I realized he was either Scarfed or whatever, the other one, because he had to switch out, because T-Bolt wouldn't have done anything to Nidoqueen. So he comes in on this thing, goes for his Surf, brings me down low, I stay asleep, so yeah, it's pretty much over by now. So, I mean, I didn't play as well as I could have, I made some big mistakes, but it was fun nevertheless. It was a cool idea, and it was a lot of fun. So, yeah, I guess I hope you enjoyed the battle. Jeff also did his own narration for this, so check that out too. See you next time, guys.